Welcome, friends and fans, to another episode of GalaxyCon Live, where we are bringing the convention experience directly to you. And today, we'll be visiting the world of Achievement Hunter, where anything can happen, it usually does, and everyone has something to say about it. Today, we have 4 members of the cast, and now is the time for all of you in our chat room to begin typing in your questions for them. Immediately after this session, you'll have the opportunity to talk to them directly through our private chat options, as well as purchase autographs, all of which are available now at GalaxyCon.com. So, without further ado, let's bring them out. First guest, he is an actor, show host, and rapper. Please welcome back to the GalaxyCon virtual stage, Jeremy Dooley.
Hey, how are you? How you doing?
We're all good. How you holding up, young man?
I'm doing okay. I almost didn't make it to this. So it's like a minute before I was like, oh, it starts at that time. I saw my phone. Everyone like, please.
You're here, and we're so glad to have you back. And it's awesome. It's
the wire. I'm here.
Yeah, as long as you get in before the gate closes on the plane, you're on the plane, and we are now in the air. And next guest, he is an actor, host, and video game journalist. Please welcome back to the GalaxyCon virtual stage, Ryan Haywood.
Heyo.
Heyo.
I was here like 10 minutes before I was supposed to be here.
Dang.
For no reason.
yeah, I'd say you got in before I did, so points on punctuality there, sir.
I'm just impossible to get rid of is the problem. So that's you have to deal with. I'll be here long after the show's over for no reason. It's fine. I'm just gonna hide.
No problem with that. I absolutely enjoy your company. Our next guest is a voice actor whose credits include One Piece, Ruby, and Internet Box. Please welcome back Michael Jones.
Hello.
How you doing there, young man?
I'm all right. I'm just wondering why Ryan was here before everybody and Jeremy got here last second. He got introduced first. I'd be upset if I were you, Ryan.
I'm okay with it.
It should have been top billing first. It should be in arrival order.
That's the thing. I'm the first one here. Humble guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, humble guy, willing to wait.
Good.
It's okay.
Right.
I just do it as my itinerary elicits. I Rooster Teeth. Maybe you guys can flip your scripts, but I don't have that luxury. Last and never least, she is an actress and director whose body of work includes Red vs. Blue, Internet Box, and the title character Ruby Rose from Ruby. Please welcome back to the GalaxyCon virtual stage our friend Lindsey Jones.
Hey! Surprise entrance.
Hey.
How long were you down there?
Oh, it was a little bit. Oh, man. I didn't know I was still that flexible. I was like, come on, please call my name.
Why am I last?
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody's had a good month since you last joined us. As always, our crew right now is collating questions for our chat room. In the meantime, I don't think I've ever asked you this before, so I'm going to throw it out there. What makes for a good game and what makes for a crappy game?
Ooh, wow.
That's...
Right now, it's Fall Guys makes for a good game, and non-Fall Guys makes for a crappy game.
I was playing that before I jumped in the room.
That explains everything.
Yeah. Jeremy we had one more round he had to finish. But then
I won, Michael.
Did you win?
I did.
Okay. Congratulations. I don't know. I guess that question really, differs for every person because everybody has different tastes to what they want to play. But yeah, as Ryan said, Fall Guys is the newest big hit that just came out, and it's the new hotness. It really grabbed me just because, it's another battle royale game, meaning just, I don't know what the actual definitive definition of battle royale, but it's like 50, 60, 100 people in a game and everyone's eliminated till one person or one team wins. But they're all primarily either first person or third person shooters. I don't know any that haven't been. And this one's a platformer. It's like a just cartoony, kind of almost Mario Party-esque in a way of some mini games, which I love. That's like one of the game types that I've always enjoyed.
Well, let's not curse it with the name Mario Party.
Well,
there's no motion control.
I'm just saying, Brian, that was like 2 Mario Parties had motion control. And it's maybe why I have 29 wins in the game right now. But might be, but I love that game right now.
Sickening.
It is sickening. It's sickening, and it's a sickness. It's an absolute sickness. I can't
See,
stop playing it.
I want to get into Fall Guys, but I'm horrible with platformers. So right now I'm playing
So was
Hyperscape.
Alfredo.
Yeah,
This is where you start.
True.
This is where you learn.
True.
And that
but
man
I'm
can play that
so
game.
intimidated right now. And I've never played Battle Royale games, so it's not like I'm not jaded to the genre yet. So I'm actually enjoying my time in Hyperscape right now. So let me have this, and then I'll
Okay.
wander over to Fall Guys.
How is that? Because I haven't tried it yet.
I like it. Yeah, I haven't. I mean, like me and Fiona and Trevor played a little bit
Mhm.
for the stream yesterday, and that was really fun. So we kind of formed our little clan. We're gonna try and invade tonight. We'll see how it goes.
It's a 3-person team, right?
Three-man squad.
Fair. So that's a good one. What makes for a crappy one nowadays from your individual prism?
Microtransactions.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Pay to
like it when
win.
they do that. I'm fine with cosmetics that are out there, but if it's microtransactions that are unlocking gameplay, which is something that we're seeing less of nowadays. That was one of those game companies kind of flirted with it, and then they were like, "Oh, people hate us." Like EA.
EA got slammed real hard.
Yeah. And they're like,
Uh,
ooh, let's wind that back a little bit if we can.
Now we have Epic that's like trying to big dick everybody.
The thing that I see pop up a lot that for me gets really old in games is like with the introduction of Red Dead 2, which is a fantastic game, a lot of games keep trying to go hyper realistic and they sacrifice like little quality of life things.
Yeah.
They won't let you just jump to anywhere in a game. It's like, but you gotta ride there and experience
Yeah.
the world. It's like, I don't want that. I don't want to ride 10 minutes to this place. Just let me jump there. You know, I appreciate
Yeah.
the world you built, but let me go.
Didn't people really enjoy that blend in Ghost of I'm horrible at pronunciation. Tsushima, I believe.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tsushima.
Tsushima.
It-
There we
yeah,
go.
Really
was-
good.
That was how I described that game of like, I honestly compared it to Red Dead a lot in that it's very rich in its story and the just the atmosphere and the environment, and you really get sucked in, but also they know it's a video game. So nothing is like, everything's very fast. Everything's very convenient. It's just a fun game to play.
They're respectful of your time.
Right. Yeah.
Which
That's
is lovely
yeah.
in a video game.
There's games you just don't like, whether it be just the type or the design or whatever. But I think I'm with Jeremy. That's a nitpick in like a game that I do enjoy, but there's just these little things slowing you down for no reason. For me, the biggest nitpick I have in a video game is when information is being relayed to you, not in a cutscene, like you're controlling it, but your character starts walking. And I'm like, oh, just let me run. Even if I'm not going anywhere, just let me run. And to me, the epitome of that was like Gears of War, finger in the ear, and you're just slowly walking while somebody's talking to you. Or there's a door, or like in Dead Space, there's a door and you just can't open it until the people are done talking to you. And it's like a 3-minute conversation. You're just waiting. You just want to open the door.
The
and
worst is when they let you run, but you have
have to
an
wait,
NPC
yeah.
that you're with that walks.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And they walk at a speed that is not your walking or running speed. It's
Yeah.
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
you
you're
have to go
faster
and
or
run them
slower.
and then wait. And then
That's when you're
No, I
literally
do the-
being held hostage by
Yeah.
the story.
brutal.
See, I do the circles around them. We'll just do like a circle. As we
Yep.
go.
Yep. Spin right around 'em.
And back in the Baldur's Gate days, learned real quick that boots of speed were useless because nobody else could keep up with you, and
Yep.
you just run in, you get killed, and yeah, there you go. Absolutely, boys. Someone asked me to ask you all this. Can you remember the first game you tried a cheat code on?
Contra.
Ooh.
Contra. Okay.
Contra. That's how old I am. Up, down, left, right, BA select start was for the
For
extra
2 players.
lives. Yeah, it was that was my first cheat code.
I don't think I entered a code. Does Game Shark count?
I mean,
That's
that's
yeah.
just Game Shark counts. That's
that's.
cheating.
I mean, that's a cheat box.
That's
only
rich people
only
cheating.
rich kids.
was.
have
Right,
Game
yeah.
Shark.
I know.
Okay.
It speaks to
I
my
didn't have a
privilege,
Game
I'm sorry.
Shark.
I went to my
Look,
friend's house. I was like, ooh.
We'd have to do it the old-fashioned way. Hope the developers put it in there, and then I would go to the
Do it.
library and use the internet because I didn't have it at my house, and go to like gamecodes.com, and then
Cheap
I'd
facts.
print a piece of paper that they'd be like, it cost a nickel to use a piece of paper at the library, and then I would take it home, and some of those cheats would be real.
Yep.
Now you've got me really curious because I don't know how I learned the Konami code.
It's
Because
just
there was no
it
internet.
got
Well, it's not like a
around.
secret,
word of
yeah.
mouth.
It was word of mouth.
You went
back
to
in the
school.
day.
That's how some Konami employee went to schools and they whispered it into the playground, and then people started telling. That's why the playground or the school, like, I heard this code. You'd always try it, even if you didn't believe it, because there was no other way to know. I had people feeding me lies all the time, like, oh yeah, my cousin did this. You do this thing and that thing, and then I'd spend 3 hours trying to do it, and I'm like, I think that was made up. In
the arcade days, you'd see the guy do something crazy with Mortal Kombat 2, which you'd never seen before. And you'd ask him, how'd you do that? It's like, I'm not telling you. So you have to spy on them and try to get it. Yeah.
Fine, keep your secrets. Yeah.
Or one guy said lessons are extra.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
That's smart.
You get the next game.
The idea, there was a guy in my old South where there was a guy literally he would rent himself out as an arcade platform tutor.
Nice.
Wow.
Awesome.
I got paid once by, this is like a long story to get to the person, but it was like an adult friend of like one of my parents. And it was when GoldenEye had come out, 007 for the N64. Yeah. And in that game, you had to earn the cheats. You would have to do like certain levels on certain difficulties and clear it in a certain amount of time. And then you would just get like cheats unlocked from invincibility or like big head mode or paintball mode or whatever. And, you know, you just had it on the cartridge. There was no save like memory cards or any of that. So someone paid me $20 and gave me their game to get them all the cheats because I had already done it on my game. And they were like, yeah, I just want all the cheat codes. Can you do it for me? And I was like,
you're a hustler.
Yeah, they came to me. They knew, word of mouth. It spread.
Right on. Excellent. All right. And our producer Jude says we're good on questions. So let's go ahead and roll out our first one from our awesome audience. And this comes from Shadowstorm. What was the first video game you played?
Oof.
Oh man, it might have been Pokemon Blue. The Game Boy might have been the first game I played. I think it was either that or Spyro, but I can't remember if I got a Game Boy or a PlayStation first. That's really blurry in my mind on which game when.
Yeah, some of the first I remember Pokemon Yellow, like arcade games like The Simpsons. I played that a lot when I went to like CC's Pizza because that was super cool. And then I played Mischief Makers on N64, and that was one of the first video games that I really thought was cool, I guess, and piqued my interest in video games.
I grew up in I have two older brothers, so I grew up like having consoles in my house. So it's hard to remember like the first game, but it was all Nintendo stuff. I remember playing the original Mega Man and Contra, and I remember this one game. I didn't really play a lot, but it was a hockey game called Blades of Steel, and it was crazy because they actually said it. It had like. It would go Blades of Steel, and I was like, that blew my mind. Like,
that was half the cartridge right there, man.
There's voices in the game, And it's funny because I'm like a huge Legend of Zelda fan, but I really didn't get into Legend of Zelda almost until Nintendo 64, and then I went back and because Zelda the golden. All I knew as a kid is don't touch the golden cartridge because that had save data on it. Nintendo games didn't do that a lot. There wasn't save data. And I would be pummeled into oblivion if I touched my brother's game and deleted data. So I had to learn about that stuff later.
My first game, and this is how old I am. Oh yeah, it was on a what's called a TRS-80 or Trash 80, which was a computer that was basically not a computer. It had no memory, and anytime you wanted to play it, you plugged it in, and it only had RAM, so you had to type in the program. And my dad typed in, it was like this dungeon crawler text-based adventure.
Oh, classic.
Awesome.
I'm old.
I mean, that's old. I thought you were going to say the first game you ever played was when you get that stick and that circle and you just roll it around like the Amish game. Kids play it. Yeah, the hoop game. I thought that's what you were going to say.
Well, I thought he said it's video game. There's no video in the hoop
just
game.
running through the field, just spinning it all day.
No, Ryan went even further. He's like, having fun? No, we children work.
Yeah. I played this game and I hated it.
The one redeeming thing about the Trash 80 was that orange button.
Oh God! I have such a vague memory of it because it was my dad's, and he set it up for me, and all I knew was okay, this is the thing you can play with, and then he kicked me out of the way after about 10 minutes because he wanted to play with it. So which, in fairness, he's also the one that did all the work to plug it in and program it. So I guess I can't really fault him.
Shadowstorm, thank you. That was a good one to start us off with. And this one comes from Julia. If you had to be locked in a room with another heir, not your spouse, for 24 hours, which one would you not want to be locked up with?
Oh,
Not
I like
want
it. It's
to do
not.
Not want to.
Yeah. Oh, man, makes enemies.
You may pass or play on this.
No,
No, we demand to play.
in the achievement hunter way, we're absolutely going to answer this question. It just might start some fights.
I don't know. It's funny you say that because I mean, look, I could throw out a bunch of joke answers, but if you want the God's honest truth, I like everybody I work with, and thankfully, that's one of the wonderful things about what we do is that none of them are intolerable for that amount of time.
Yeah, 24 hours is not.
We could get
that
through
long.
one day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One day.
Mm-hmm.
No,
past
I
that.
don't want to tolerate any other human for longer than about 24 hours in a straight go. But that easily includes this group of people.
That also depends on what's in the room. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if you guys got your laptops and Wi-Fi, then just you know.
I think if I had to pick one person, it'd probably be Jeff.
Because I feel like 24 hours.
Yeah, I feel like he would become as annoying as possible.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd make a thing out of it.
He'd make it hell.
Yeah. Yeah. He would. He would do a good job too.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought maybe Alec, because I feel like it's just really unpredictable.
I'd
That's
love
fair.
Alec, though. I would
Like,
learn
I think
so
it could be
much.
awesome,
Yeah.
right? I think it could be a great time with a lot of stories at the end. But I'm also nervous because I just don't know.
Yeah,
See-
that's the problem with unpredictability is you really can go anyway.
Yeah.
Indeed. Julia, thank you on that one. That was took us out of the rose. Caitlin, you're a new addition to the crayon box. What color would you be and why?
Man.
Clear, because I'm an asshole.
Why? Wow. Wow.
I want no color.
Clear.
I want you to use my marker and have nothing show up.
Crayola
God,
just
excuse me.
they have like 40 million colors, right? They just make stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're like, this is desk. Your desk color.
Just kind of would that be a wood grain or
No,
No, it's blue. Yeah, see? That's the thing. We spend too much time together.
Yeah, that's bad.
All the colors.
how is desk blue?
Because Crayola makes stuff up. It doesn't
They
have to
do.
make sense. They have
Oh,
40
okay.
million colors. It doesn't, none of it. They're just like, I don't know, rainforest.
They're naming
Why is it-
Pokemon.
Why
at
is
this
it black?
point.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Can you melt two colors into like a swirl? Is that a thing?
I'm sure it is.
They got to be able to do that so that as you draw, it goes from one color to another color.
I bet
and then
that's
back.
been invented before.
They
If it
did
hasn't,
have
you're,
those,
you're
yeah.
rich.
They did have those.
Yeah, they had
So-
crayons that were like multicolored.
What-
So when you finished one color, it was another one. You're like,
Well,
oh.
what's the use case there? It's like if you want to color something in and look like you're incapable of coloring in solid chunks.
Or you
They
know,
don't use
look
a
how
crayon for
smoothly
you.
I went from one
That's
color
my
to another
style.
color.
Wow.
If it was a nice transition, then sure.
Yeah. Well, and then I was going to say purple and orange, which doesn't have a nice transition. It goes to some horrific brown before it gets from one to the other.
Yeah,
There's
I would
really
just
no
be,
gradient there.
I just want to be Michael Brown.
Michael
Brown, and then be
Sounds
like,
like
what
the most
color is it?
boring human on the
Michael
planet.
Brown.
Hi, I'm Michael Brown.
Yeah, what color is that? It's Michael Brown.
I remember when we first started dating, I was like, what's your favorite color? And you went brown. I'm like, you're like chocolate? Like,
I
I
don't
like
know what to
chocolate.
make of that.
That's fine.
I remember we first started dating, and you said, "What's your favorite color?" And I thought, "How old are you?"
I was like, hi, I love blue.
I ranted about this the other day. I feel
Because
like
why are adults, grown adults, asking other adults what their favorite color is? It's so
Artistic
wacky.
It's no
preferences.
different than asking what your sign is. It's
No,
all
it's
based
very
on
different.
nonsense.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
very
you
different.
just strike me as a red sort of person.
Who grows
yes.
up and they're like, "That's my favorite color."
Oh, Lord.
It's just
I
so
do.
weird. It's so
Thank
weird
you.
to me.
like how
Let's throw in
aggressive
some
Michael
more.
gets about the question.
Like what? Hey, what's your favorite? Odds or evens?
That makes just as much sense. to
I'm
me.
an odd number person. I love 11.
Odd, yeah,
Best
odd.
number. Yeah,
Even.
for
It
sure.
must
I
be
would have
odd
called
numbers.
it that you were an odd person. Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
Caitlin, thank you. There's always that one kid who had the Super Deluxe 64 pack, you know.
Yeah, that was Lindsay
with the crayon
Lindsay,
sharpener.
That's Lindsay. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're game shark and crayons.
Next question.
Courtney says, if you lived in a house made of a baked good, a cookie house, cupcake house, what sort of baked goods would be the building material?
I wouldn't live in a house because I would just eat it.
Yeah. Are we talking like
Homeless.
structural or?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh God, I would have to go with something I hated because then I would still have a house.
True.
Right. Right.
See, but if you live in it, you know that maybe you'd be able to hold back and not eat it. But there's like a Hansel and Gretel situation where two kids are going to show up and try and munch on the house. So I think it'd be really funny if my house was made out of pot brownies. Because then when those two
classic
kids
baked
show up,
goods.
they're going on a trip.
Yeah, but
They're
Jeremy,
going
then
on they don't even know.
but then you're just gonna keep eating. The
Yeah.
more they eat, the
True.
hungrier they'll get. You'll have no
Yeah.
house left.
And then I'll roll
Hansel
them
and Gretel
away.
are going to look a lot like stoners for some
Yeah.
reason.
Whoa.
I
It
Yeah.
could still be named Hansel and Gretel though. The name still works.
I go with brownie. I think I could just take a bite a day.
Brownie.
Day of brownies.
I like
See,
brownies.
I'd go with fruitcake because nobody would eat it.
I like fruitcake.
And it's
And
essentially
it's
free.
solid.
Yeah.
It's like a brick already. I
The
mean,
thing
that's
is-
structural.
You can have soft fruitcake. It doesn't happen often, but if you do, it's not bad. It's only bad because it's hard. Everything hard is bad. Just saying. Just throwing that
Everything-
out there in fruitcake's defense.
That's not
The
true.
reason why people hate fruitcake is because it's solid.
Everything hard is bad.
Right.
That's
If
the
you got
new
a
shirt.
solid brick brownie, you wouldn't like it. I'm back on
That's
the
true.
brownies.
I
If
wouldn't
you got
like
a
a-
solid cupcake, you wouldn't like it.
See, I was going gingerbread.
You
I'm not
gotta
a big
keep
gingerbread person.
You gotta keep
That'd
your
be-
fruitcake soft.
They already make houses out of those.
They
you know?
do.
They do. You know it works.
So that does bring you right back to the Hansel and Gretel problem because that
They're
was
gonna eat
that-
anything.
Oh,
If they
yeah.
wander over, they're gonna eat anything. What's that made
Ryan,
of wood?
if
I'm
I
taking
have
a
the
bite.
choice of being a witch in the middle of the woods, living in a baked good house, and children would come visit me, and I could possibly have lunch at the same time, awesome.
Here's the thing, though. You can tell that baked
Great.
good house was no good for eating because she was trying to eat children.
That's true.
If the
Well,
house
maybe-
was good, she
no.
would have ate the house.
No,
Maybe I want to
she-
eat donors.
Maybe she's a diabetic.
Yeah,
Luring
oh,
people in.
Oh.
Yeah, but have you ever actually really eaten a gingerbread house
Yes,
after
very
it's been
good.
out
Oh,
for
yeah.
about 2 weeks?
It's awful.
That
It's
that fondant is ass.
Yeah, yeah.
On don't.
It's not for consumption.
Mhm.
Exactly. Courtney, thank you. That was a great one. What's next? From Chelsea. What's your favorite kind of content to record?
Mm.
We haven't done it in a while, but I will say I was talking to a friend earlier today, and I showed them Achievement Hunter clips for the first time. Hunter clips, excuse me.
Oh,
And I was like, man, I miss this. I miss ghost hunting with my
yeah.
friends.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I like. That's a good one, and there's a lot in that's enjoyable because that's a fun show to do just for the show's aspect of filming
Yeah.
the show and like what actually makes it to the episode is fun, but also just like getting to hang out with people along the
Mhm.
way. You know, you're usually on the same flights together, and you're at the hotels together, and everybody except for Jeremy eats together.
It
He's
was
like,
that
oh,
was that day.
I already ate, and then I took a nap.
Oh yeah, that happened too. That did happen.
But it's just like I like content where the content's good, but then we also get to make other content in between, which is usually just us messing around. Like we just did our hardcore mini golf series just came out on the website, and a video just came out after the finale. It's like a behind the scenes, and it's just me screwing around eating a lot of cheese, and it's like it's just Fiona filming it, and it just starts with Fiona laughing her ass off because like we were just messing around as the actual production was happening. We were just like messing around in the background, and I got told to be quiet a bunch of times. And so it's just like naturally enjoyable stuff is my favorite. Like when Jeremy and I mess with people at the office, that's what I miss the most about the office. Just going around and like just screwing with other people trying to work.
Right, like
It's always fun.
I just watched that video the other day where you and Gavin had the drink cart. And you're like rolling around making drinks for people, like with leftover liquor bottles.
And as if that wasn't enough of an idea, I'm riding in it for some reason.
yeah,
There's no reason.
It's up in the bottom. Did not look comfortable.
It was
Looked
dude,
wildly
my
uncomfortable.
back was bust. I was in that thing for like 45 minutes.
Christ.
yeah, videos like that are my favorite because they're so spur of the moment and you have no idea what's about to happen. And when we eventually see the videos come out, usually they're even funnier when they're edited down than the actual event was. Like, 'cause they do such a great job of putting in music. It's like Michael riding around with the Segway on the office chair. Like when they put the epic music in the background of him like drifting through the parking lot. It's just so funny in post. So I miss those. I miss The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someday. Don't worry. There's a Russian vaccine coming. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Get that Sputnik in you. Don't actually do that. Don't actually do that.
No,
That's-
please
I don't know who's watching this.
Like,
I don't know who needs to hear this. But
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you do, you really need it.
Chelsea, thank you. What's next? From Shadowstorm again. Most missed item that's still at the office.
Hmm.
There's a lot
I
of
don't.
things.
You know, we can go pick up stuff from the office, so it's not too terrible.
Yeah.
It's not like we're separation anxiety from things. Plus,
But are you gonna go get knives and throw them in your own house?
no, I was going to
No.
say the thing about office space for us is that it's a place where things can be destroyed, and so nothing you care about ever lives there. But not having it be a place that you care about means that you're freer to exist in its space.
Whoa,
That's
that was deep.
Yeah. I miss the office as an entity. And
Yeah, me
entity
too,
that
man.
can be
Yeah.
Me
destroyed.
too. Ryan
Just
misses
the
liability.
idea
Yeah.
of the office.
The concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that similar feeling. The sledgehammer is probably the thing.
Oh, that's a
Jeremy,
good one.
I want you to know, for one of the episodes of Technical Difficulties, I needed a sledgehammer head, and I almost went and got that sledgehammer because I had to cut it off. And I was like, no, I can't do it. Jeremy loves this too much.
Yeah, I love it. I love that thing. And if I'm in the office, I have the sledgehammer over my shoulder. I'm swinging it.
Because you feel
It's
powerful,
probably-
don't you?
It's probably
Yeah,
the
and it's like a
thing-
nice little workout like that you can do, just kind of swinging
I
the
like it.
sledgehammer back and forth.
It also
you know?
it grounds you. It's
Grounds
probably the
ya.
thing that I find I'm holding the most without meaning to pick it up.
Yep.
I'll just be
Nice.
standing behind your desk and I'll just be like slamming the head into the ground.
Yeah.
Sitting there talking to
Thumping it
you.
against the
You know, yeah, just thumping. You know, when you're
Yep.
walking and talking, you're just swinging it around.
Mhm.
You might do, some front raises with it or something.
Well,
Yeah.
before that, everyone just
handy.
picked up the golf club and they do the classic scarecrow. They come over and be like, "What you doing?"
Yeah, the sledge is way better, although it is weighted to one side.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But that's just part of the challenge. It's part of the fun.
Whoever holds this hammer, if they be worthy.
Yeah.
Well, no one would be able to pick it up where that's the case, but thankfully,
Shadowstorm, thank you. Well, what do we have next? Pump Queen of Games 76. Do you miss Moonball?
yes.
Yeah, I know you do. You are up there. You probably moon. I don't know, you and Gavin probably moon the most. Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
even in the same league as Gavin.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a chart for sure, but I'm way at the bottom. I
That's fair.
miss watching Matt's desk get blasted.
Yeah.
Because I rarely am the one chucking them. I just enjoy it, but also my desk is in the crossfire zone.
You're in
So-
I forget what we called it. It was like the epicenter of suck. Is that what we called it?
Yeah, it's in between
my
your
desk
desk
and
and
Gav's
Gavin's
desk.
desk.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never threw Moonball, but what I do miss is I would try and sink it into the hoop above Matt's desk from the little gun we had. It was like a Nerf gun that shot
Right.
Nerf balls.
Mhm.
So I'd like be laying down on the ground like Rainbow Six Siege, like, okay, fire. Like that was pretty fun. I missed that.
Perfect example. I am not one to throw moonballs in
Willy-nilly.
general or at Matt's desk. I mean, I'll do it, but compared to everybody else, not a lot. But we did get that basketball hoop, and I did attach it to the beam in front of Matt's desk because I was like, this will be funny.
Yeah,
So I
you
went
like
up
to
there-
tee it up for other people to do.
Absolutely.
You may not
just-
be a
He can-
moon
'cause he
baller,
can
but
shift
you are a
plane.
moon
Yeah.
insider.
It's the best
Yeah,
way for him
sure.
to encourage.
And then Matt
bullying,
walks in
not
and
be
goes,
part
what
of it."
happened? And I was like, I don't know, man. Some sicko.
I couldn't stop him.
Some sicko just targeted you specifically for some reason, but I guess there's a target now that people are going to go for. All right, let them rip.
Goodness.
That's always been your way. You're an instigator. You've
100%.
probably you may not have thrown as many moonballs, but I would say you've made moonball incidents happen at a
It
rate
brings
that
me
is
great
on
satisfaction.
par. Yeah.
It's like I'm watching somebody whip it and going, my arm's not tired, but I'm laughing just as much.
So I never joined the pack of the. I don't know why you guys had that whole thing about destroying the TV. I never joined the TV.
I didn't nothing to do with
pack.
that either.
It was more Jeremy and
That was
like
part of it,
Gavin.
too.
Jeremy likes to destroy anything, and Gavin doesn't care about anything.
I also like
True.
destroying.
Trevor was part of it. Trevor
was in.
he's the only one who can stop it, really.
Well, didn't
in
we
a
say that
way.
we wanted to give it a Viking funeral, and that was it? We're like, let's send it off like a warrior. Let's,
No.
But it's not dead.
No,
We
it's
did
not
this-
dead.
it was pretty dead.
We had
yeah.
to
Kill that
path
man
of-
and then send him off like a
It was
warrior.
if you break the TV, then you had to pay for a new one.
Ah.
But for some reason, I think we made that pact thinking, okay, now people will hit the TV less because they don't want to pay for it. And then it ended up being a thing of who can break the TV.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, confusing.
But it
All
didn't
around.
break. It's fine.
Well, yeah, we had to slow the game down because we lost so many soundboards.
The
It was
mixers went.
yeah, it was
We
the
didn't sign
mixer and
anything for those.
The
Those don't
fuses.
count.
That's a real bummer when someone throws one ball and then we're down for an hour and a half as someone
For a
runs to,
day.
like Best Buy or something.
Well, that's why it's now in an armored shell. We
It
got
is.
the rack-mounted version, and it lives in a case that deflects things.
Queen of Games, thank you. And what do we have next? From Kayla James Gray, if you are trapped in a video game, like Michael is now, which game do you think you have the best chance of surviving?
Surviving.
Ooh, surviving. Heck with it. I'm going Fallout, man. I'm
Oh.
ruthless. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a
Okay.
I'll
bold
eat who I need to
choice.
eat.
Good luck.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Eat who I need to eat.
I don't know, man. That
Not a lot of
radiation.
can't afford there,
It's a
but
good
you know, there
survival
could be.
rate.
That was a very Ryan thing to say. I'll eat who I need to eat. I don't care. Oh, damn.
I think Animal Crossing would be a pretty easy one.
You want to come on my island? Finally?
I'm just saying, if we're talking about survival, yeah.
There's a lot of like spiders and scorpions, though. I
Yeah,
bet
but
it's not as
They
easy
just
as
knock
you
you
just
out. They just
Yeah.
knock you out. You just, you get stung up by bees. You just got to get the cream. You just got to get the medicine. Takes 2 stings, and then your cheeks get puffy.
I'm trying to think what world is like the most survivable by far. What if it was like the Tony Hawk Pro Skater world, but I'm just not a skateboarder?
There you go.
Oh, that's true.
Right, you know what I mean? Like that's probably survivable. Just like look at those guys skating. You
You're
know,
just an advertiser, maybe, or
Yeah.
one of the people that like shouts at them if they go by. I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
But a lot of times those people get run over in the game.
That's a good point.
Like you bump into them. That could be a concussion.
Any sports game, you could be the official.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
Blow the whistle or be the guy, ready, fight. And you
Yeah,
just
see in the
disappear.
chat, they said Pokemon. I see that, and I thought Pokemon, but there are Pokemon that'll mess you up.
No.
In
We
that
discussed
world.
this
Oh,
before.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
you
yeah.
would get
It's
you'd
a-
get destroyed. Yeah.
They're
It's a
stealing
world
your
full of
dreams.
monsters.
It's a world of monsters.
The Mon stands for monsters. Why do you want to go to Monster World?
The Pokedex really puts it all in perspective.
I would miss being able to have a steak and not have the steak look at me and go steak before I ate.
There's no
Yeah.
that's the other thing. There's no animals there. The Pokemon are the animals. There's no
Mhm.
like cows.
And those people aren't all vegans. There's no way. Some of them
They
Oh, no.
definitely.
I mean, Ryan, they cook Pokemon in the game. That's canon.
Yeah,
Do they?
yeah,
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
they eat them,
Whoa,
Yeah, I know.
darker than you
Everyone.
thought.
and there are animals actually,
What
according
are
to the
there?
Pokedex.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, well, the Pokedex is lying.
Well, because I think it's for Ghastly. It's like it's got enough gas in its body to take down a bull elephant or something.
Right.
Like, it's
I'm just saying, nothing in the game. There's it's only Pokemon.
Does
Yeah.
that mean that they're actually animals or they're just really, really stupid Pokemon?
It's probably stupid Pokemon. I think.
It's,
Whoa.
I think it
the
is.
only difference is he can't say bull elephant.
Yeah.
Bull
Yeah.
elephant.
I'm thinking
I-
Animal Crossing too. Michael's onto something there, but then I'm like, people
Yeah, I
do
watched
die
you
on my
play it.
island, though.
I watched you
die.
play it, and I was like, "This game's for soft people."
And no, I clearly have gravestones on my island, and Yamcha's dead on my porch.
Yeah, but
Okay,
they died
Keep those
elsewhere.
down
You just
there.
moved
Yamcha
their
always
bodies
dies.
there.
It's true.
Yeah, he comes back though. He's fine.
Well, cool. Kayla, thank you for that question. And if anyone in the chat room would like to clarify protein resources in the world of Pokemon, let us know.
That's good.
What's next? From Courtney. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Ryan?
Coke.
Coke, please.
Yeah, Diet Coke.
Coke,
Easy.
Diet Coke. Coke across the board.
I don't
I'm
mind
a-
Pepsi every now and again because
I
I
will-
feel like
Get out.
after years of living in high society, every now and again you just want to roll around the mud just to feel alive. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what that
Is that
can
what
of
you think?
Pepsi is. You
That's
know?
what Taco Bell's for, Jeremy.
No,
Yeah.
but then you get Mountain Dew when you go to Taco Bell.
That's also
Baja
true.
Blast.
That's the switch.
Yeah.
I just,
one-
you know what? No Baja for me.
The one holdout I've got for the time that I would have drank a Pepsi product was back when I used to drink Dr. Pepper, and it flexes. In some regions, it's a Pepsi product, and in some regions, it's a Coke product. So,
But Dr. Pepper was Snapple Company.
they license it.
Snapple is
to
Coke, isn't it? Isn't Snapple owned by
Yeah,
Coke too?
I think so. I think
Maybe it is now. They're all owned by one guy. Mr.
Oh,
Soda
man.
is his name.
Sir Soda.
Hi, I'm Bob Coke.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Soda.
I mean, if you're from Texas, to be fair, a Coke is like any carbonated drink. So you're
Yep.
like, okay, what do you want? Coke. Okay, what kind? Dr. Pepper, please. Thank you. All right.
Because you're in Texas, is it easier for you guys to get bottled Mexican Coke?
Oh
I've
yeah,
seen it around, yeah.
yeah. It's everywhere here.
Okay, we got.
How
I
do you
got to
feel?
get it at specialty locations here. I wasn't sure. So Courtney, thank you for that. We are Johnny. Oh, what's your favorite Wing Commander game?
Oh man, that's a hard one.
That's gonna be only Ryan's.
That's a
gonna
Ryan question right there.
answer. I can tell. just
Pilot
from-
Wings 64.
Pilot Wings.
I mean, Freelancer was amazing. It's an odd part of the Wing Commander story because it is really not part of the whole main focus, the main war between the various races. But I'd say Freelancer was up there because you're just like chilling in the universe. And then probably Wing Commander 4 would be the next one after that, which was one of the two Mark Hamill Wing Commander series.
I was right. That's what I was gonna say. Is that like the cutscene game with Mark Hamill? That's all I know about it.
Mark Hamill. It had Biff from Back to the Future. It had Malcolm McDowell was like the big baddie. The guy that actually my gamer tag comes from that, and the guy that played the Vagabond character is he was in Lost. He's the one in Ghost of Tsushima that I called out. It was like the sensei guy, the one that the arrow instructor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
That
yeah.
guy, it's modeled on an actual human. That guy is in Wing Commander 4.
Ishikawa or something like that. I can't remember.
And Wing Commander was one of the really first ones to really kind of push the envelope on cinematics.
Mm-hmm.
So I do remember
and
that.
it sort of killed the genre too. So
Yeah, well, I think the movie did that. Anyway,
oh god, oh,
Johnny,
I didn't
thank
make
you.
it.
Johnny, thank you for that one. What's
care?
From Ryan, are there any games that were ruins for you because you made so many videos of that game?
Ooh.
I don't think so. I don't think there's any game that I loved prior to making videos that I don't like anymore. I mean, like
Yeah.
it would be GTA for me if it were a game, but shy of the story, I mean, you know, I don't play GTA in my spare time. So it's like I've been playing GTA since GTA 3. And I played the older ones, the top down ones, but that's a very, you know, Rockstar narrative driven game that, I just never touched the multiplayer in 4, 5 wasn't out yet when we started playing 4. It was just something I'd never done, and we just on a whim went back and started playing 4, and it became one of our kind of main series that we do. But I feel like that I enjoy GTA more than I ever would have because of our series. Like, and again, we have the advantage of, you know, having 6 people, you know, 4 to 6 people at all times to try out an idea where we don't have to like scramble together, or, you know, most people are like, oh, maybe I can get my friends together after work on the weekend. We're at work and we get to play it for work, you know, so it's easy to try stuff out. I don't think there's really one that comes to mind that I dislike because of work.
I think the only the run of a game that got shortened for me was probably Dead by Daylight, which I still really enjoy the game, but the amount we were playing it at work made me less likely to go home and play it.
See, that makes me sad. I
Makes you sad? I'm sorry, that
I
makes you
just love
sad.
Dead by Daylight. So
Play it.
Brian, take it
I
back.
love the game still,
Take it
and I
back.
enjoy when we play it
no, you don't.
for streams. I do.
No,
It's just
you
that I
don't.
don't play it for personal enjoyment any longer. I did a little bit when it came out, and then we were recording a lot in it, and eventually it got to where I just don't play it on my personal time anymore.
That makes sense. I was going to joke that you guys hate Battlefront too. Just not a fan at all. Don't
No,
wanna play
that's
that.
a terrible game. I feel like it's just a
Awful.
waste of space.
It's just in the wings, waiting.
Stalking us,
Yeah.
waiting for its moment.
Dark Return. All right. Ryan, thank you for that. And to a reminder to our audience, if you'd like to chat with our guests like I am right now or purchase an autograph, please sign up now at GalaxyCon.com and let's roll another question. And this comes from Soki. Are there any games that you wish would have a remake?
Oh, probably lots.
Ooh, yeah.
The first thing that comes to mind for me is probably the Jack and Daxter series.
Be cool.
Like a full
Remake,
of
not a
those games.
remaster.
Not a
just
remaster, like a
remake the game
remake.
ground
Yeah.
up. Like Ratchet and Clank was a really good remake. They remade that on the PS4. They took a bunch of the games and kind of combined it into one. They actually did a really good job with that.
I would love another Descent free space, which was the Descent, but it was a free fly in space kind of thing. I mean, I've already said to that question multiple times, Wing Commander every day, all day. But yeah, Descent Free Space was another game in that genre that I also really, really enjoyed. It was a very fun space sim. I'd love to see another entry in that series or a remake of one of the existing ones.
Sure.
Really random, but I guess people were talking about a remaster, but I would like a re-release of the game. I played Tales of Symphonia. That was one of the first like RPGs I got into. So they're re-releasing, like I said, they're doing like HD re-releases of the games. Like, man, it'd be really cool to like re-envision it and see how it would look now, especially with a more like complex skill tree. I would enjoy that.
Yeah, games like that, it'd be hard to not just like, do like a collector's edition, or just what they used to do with a lot of role-playing games like Final Fantasy is, and Japan usually got these, not North America, but they would release them. And this is before DLCs, before like, this is like the early 2000s. So they would just make another game and call it like the International Edition or something. And they would just add like extra bosses and extra weapons. And they did it with Kingdom Hearts and stuff like that. I feel like that would be more in line with that. Cause yeah, all the games I'm thinking of are just kind of like, I would just like a sequel, like Dead Space. I don't know how you would remake Dead Space. I mean, it's great the way it is. I feel like for remakes, they have to be old. They got to be really old games that just, structurally wouldn't make sense now. And they did a great job with Resident Evil 2, where like structurally it would make no sense to make a tank control game the way that Resident Evil 2 played in 1998. And they did it. I think it came out in 2018 and it was phenomenal. I would feel like it'd have to be a game older than, like early 2000s at the newest. Otherwise, I would just want, remasters or sequels. God, I'd kill for a remaster or a real like console remake of Ocarina of Time. I mean,
say that,
they only remade it on the 3DS in like, I think it was 2011. Yeah. So it was already almost 10 years old and it was a 3DS, so it wasn't much of a jump from N64 to 3DS. They changed him from having pointy shoulders to round shoulders. That was about the improvement in the game.
Round is real hard.
It is round. Yeah. Round. It went from a diamond face to a circle face.
I like that they also added a few signs in temples like, hey, dum dum, it's over this way. And I was like, thank you very much. I'll go this way.
I am dum dum.
Yes.
Yeah. I would love a Switch version of that.
It is amazing how much gaming technology has kind of streamlined over the years and how some of those older systems were so clunky and how you interacted with things. They've kind of figured out the best way to human interface with the gamer. So, yeah.
I would play the hell out of a revamped version of TIE Fighter.
Oh,
Squadrons is coming out, right? Which is sort of in that vein.
Yeah, that and if someone just did another Sam and Max game.
Oh, nice. I play that.
Suki, thank you. What do we have next? From Jacob, will we ever see Heroes and Halfwits again?
Probably not.
Michael, why would you scoff?
I'm just saying. Sir? I mean, I don't know who anything's possible.
I
wouldn't. I mean, we could. I wouldn't wait for it.
No.
Your calendars, people.
I think the last episode was what? Probably 3 years ago.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, dude,
oh my God.
It's been a while. It's been like in the studio recorded episode, probably 2017. I would imagine.
Damn.
And when we talked about it, people like to, I think I said famously, because somebody asked Jeff about it, and I said, it's not canceled, but we're not making it.
Yeah.
That was within like a year or so. That was in the period of like, it could be up in the air. It's a big production. You know, it was like a huge time commitment for everybody involved. You know, we'd shoot like 6-hour days, like including lunch. You know, we'd do like 2-3 hour sessions with a break and then another 2 hours. And, you know, it was the whole broadcast studio and everything. I don't anticipate a show or that show in that vein coming back at this point. But, you know, when we first took the hiatus, I mean, shows like Immersion took a hiatus for a year and a half in between episodes. So it really was kind of like a truthful answer at the time. At this point, I don't think it's happening, especially when there's like 3 other D&D shows simultaneously happening. I don't think it's coming, but maybe, you know, who's to say? Don't curse my name if it comes back. But
that was trivia days. Anytime you saw a video come out that was me, Jack, and Gavin playing Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy or something like that, it usually means Heroes and Halfwits was filming at the time.
Trivia Tuesday.
That's what we were
a good
doing.
point.
Yeah,
That's what we had.
Yeah, I mean, it was me, Jeff, and Ryan, you know.
And then a rotating other person sometime. It was a lot of fun to do. I mean, I think everybody involved with it enjoyed the production. It just, as you said, we have more than enough other D&D shows currently running at this point that bringing that one back would be a really weird choice.
Yeah, I wish we could like focus more D&D and Achievement Hunter too, but with like Let's Roll, it's awesome that we can play a variety of other games too. We're not limited to just D&D. So definitely check that out if you haven't watched it before. People watching this. Just saying.
Indeed. So don't give up hope, Jacob, but don't collect any more either.
That's not at all what I was trying to say.
No, definitely give up hope.
Remaster's coming.
Let
Don't
them
worry.
Let them go.
I can't stress enough. That is incorrect.
All right, we got time for one more, so let's pull a really good one to lead us out from Ethan. What is the hardest and most rewarding part of being an achievement hunter?
Ooh. And most rewarding. Hardest and most rewarding.
I think the most rewarding part, or to me, that feels like the most rewarding part is stuff like RTX and AH Lives, when you actually can visually see and hear from all the fans. You get a chance to meet a lot of them. That's like that part of being like, oh yeah, like you normally just see the comments and stuff like that. You don't actually put faces to it. But then when you actually see the faces of the people that watch the content, that's a very rewarding feeling. You're like, oh, I make all these people laugh. That's nice. Or they hate me. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah, but they won't tell you that to your face usually.
Right. Yeah.
They have to be nice when they're looking you in the eye, which is very nice.
In the audience and on topic, like, boo!
Yeah, I don't know. The most rewarding part, it's hard to definitively say one thing. I mean, what Jeremy said is absolutely true. I enjoy. It's rewarding that I get to do something that I love doing. That it's not. I remember before working for Achievement Hunter, I essentially just had one job my entire adult life, and it was a job that I didn't hate. It was fine. I didn't love it. It wasn't like, yay, I'm going to work. And Sunday always had this feeling of like I'm running out of time. Like it's Sunday night, I'm running out of time, and then the work week is starting. And once I started working at Achievement Hunter, I didn't have that anymore. I was never dreading Sunday. Sundays were always worse than Monday to me. Like Monday is like whatever, you wake up, you go to work. But Sunday was like, oh, my weekend's almost over. It's almost time to go to work. And you just got to look at your schedule. And I haven't had that for almost 9 years. I'm 9 years tomorrow was my first day. And I just love to get to work with a bunch of people that we can actually say like are our friends. We enjoy being around. We enjoy making content together. And it's like encapsulated to me when we're all in the office, we record a video. And then as soon as the video's over, someone's like, oh, come over to my desk. You got to see this. And 3 people run over and they all crowd around the computer because you want to see, somebody saw something from their angle that they have to show. And then while they're doing that, someone else is like, oh, dude, you got to look at my shot. Like, look how it looked to me when I saw it. And then like everybody runs over to the other side. And you can just tell how like genuinely everybody in the room enjoys doing what we do. And the fact that we're like so excited to watch it back and just have this little, I don't know. It's just like a history, of like not only do we get to do it and people enjoy it, but it's weird that, we have so much of our lives just like encapsulated in this moment of, I grew up and a lot of people that are like, oh, this one time this guy, my friend did this thing. It's like these crazy folklore stories. And for us, it's like, here, check out this link. Here it is. There, it's happening right there. See when Jeremy kicked this guy's desk in half? He kicked it in half, and then everything fell on the desk. He thought he could hold up the monitor with his fingers. He didn't. It just fell. I love that.
That's a good go-to video too to explain like Achievement Hunter real quick. I'm like, what do we do? Watch this. Okay.
Watch this guy kick this guy's desk in half, and I keep saying he's gonna break it, and everyone else says no, he won't, and then he breaks it.
Yeah, and then we all scream. It's great. Yeah, it's kind of a blend of their answers, I guess. For me, is I came from things like news or like a little bit more like serious production, I guess, for lack of a better term, beforehand. And while I enjoyed it, you couldn't really be yourself or expand into a lot of different areas. You just kind of were stuck in a role, and that was it. So while it was a good experience, I didn't get to be creative or express myself a lot. So Achievement Hunter kind of is a great venue to do so. And especially being like I was one of the only female voice in content now, and we have Fiona and other people joining in, but especially as a woman in industry or a woman partnering with video gameplay, it's awesome to be able to be myself. And especially with Achievement Hunter kind of being professionally unprofessional in video gameplay, that's awesome. Like we're here to have fun and make jokes, and that's great. So I'm all about it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ethan, we hear from you yet?
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, no. Ethan, thank you for that. Yeah, sorry, Ethan, thank you for that question. GalaxyCon viewers, this has been my time with the cast of Achievement Hunter, but it does not have to be yours. If you'd like to chat with our guests or purchase an autograph, please head over to GalaxyCon.com. And while you're there, be sure to check out our schedule of upcoming events like this one. Gentlemen and lady, any final words before we go tonight?
Ow!
I'm just
There it was.
That's
I'm just happy I remembered to put my whole name this time.
there you go.
did. I
Oh,
saw
I
it.
didn't even notice.
I noticed immediately. I didn't want to jump on the guy. I already jumped on him earlier today when he wasn't there. Gavin made me do it, but I let him have
Wait,
that
you
one.
jumped on me when I wasn't there?
Yeah, Gavin asked me to read something like you would read it, and I flubbed some words intentionally.
Oh boy.
Fairly accurate, probably, yeah.
Thank you all for joining us again today. Thank you to our audience. Thank you for those great questions. Hope to see you again tomorrow, August 15th. We'll be joined by the cast of Once Upon a Time, and Sunday, August 16th, with the cast of My Hero Academia. Until then, bye-bye, everyone. Take care, and please keep washing those hands.